Welcome back. As we wait to hear more on the nature of the raid at Mar-a-Lago, questions over former President Trump's political future continue to swirl, especially after he released this video on Truth Social this morning.
We are a nation that in many ways has become a joke. But soon we will have greatness again. It was hard-working patriots like you who built this country, and it is hard-working patriots like you who are going to save our country. It's time to start talking about greatness for our country again.
All right, that video doesn't make any kind of official announcement, but you saw there it does end with "the best is yet to come." I think there's no question that this raid is going to fire up Trump's base. There's no question about it. And, you know, in the last few months, the Democrats have seen a little bit of a wind at their back between this Kansas vote that has sort of given the abortion issue a shot in the arm and a lot of these small legislative wins. But I think this really changed the course of the next 90 days as we head towards the midterms. Joining us now to discuss all of this is the national chair for the Trump Victory Finance Committee and the senior advisor for the Trump Re-election Campaign Committee, Kimberly Guilfoyle. Kimberly, good to see you. Have you spoken to the former president?
I didn't speak to him today, but I do know how he's doing. You know, listen, he has been actually really encouraged by the outpouring of support from all the people that have been reaching him. And by the way, people who didn't support the president initially are saying this is enough. This isn't the America that we want to live in. Joe Biden is the guy that was going to unite the country. Really? It's outrageous what happened here. I'm so outraged as a former prosecutor. The president has always been cooperative, just turning over another 36,000 documents in a case in New York. They couldn't go to the president to be able to say, we'd like to have some materials we believe you have. It is insane that they did this to the former president.
Kimberly, you're a former federal prosecutor. So what kind of red tape did this have to go through for this raid to actually even take place?
Well, they had to have some affidavit of supporting evidence, which we'd all really like to see. And in fact, they went to Mar-a-Lago and just tried to go in. They were asked about the search warrant to be able to show it, to demonstrate that they actually had the authority to be there. And they also needed to have proper authority to get into a sealed safe. So the fact that they did all of this like this, you know, under the cover of darkness, essentially, and going there, the president wasn't there, it's so upsetting. I never thought I would see this in this country. And I'll tell you something, this wouldn't be happening if President Trump was still in office. And Joe Biden and his administration can say they didn't know anything about it. No one's listening to that or believing it. I cannot tell you how unconscionable it is, what they did and how they have persecuted this man. He was just at CPAC this weekend, and during his speech, he said, you know, I was told that I'm the most persecuted person in history. And he said, you know, I'm so busy being persecuted that I didn't even get a chance to stop and think about that. Look at the foreshadowing there. And here we have it again. You know, ample evidence of just the political tactics these people will go to try to tear down this man because they are scared to death that he will run again. So let's see if their worst dream comes true.
Well, I want to touch on that for a moment because I tweeted this out this morning, and I believe that to the extent that there was anybody who believed that he wasn't going to run today, I think the FBI put a nail in that coffin yesterday. The FBI basically made an announcement because right now I think he has no choice but to run, that he sees the opposition. He needs to run again. Is there anybody within the orbit? You obviously are very close there, talking to the family. Has this ratcheted up that kind of discussion?
Oh, yeah. I mean, but we've kind of felt this all along. I think, not just as he's my, future father-in-law, but I think as an American and somebody that I believe in so much to fight for this country is the president, who's been my friend as well for over 17 years. And he is a man who always answers the call. He's never abandoned the country. He has been fighting ever since he even walked out of the White House and left to come, try to live a normal life. He's been fighting all along. And we would be so lucky as a country to be able to have him back in office, especially when you see the juxtaposition of the abysmal failure of the Biden administration, what he's done to destroy this economy, destroy infrastructure, destroy jobs, export American dreams and jobs. It's absolutely outrageous. People have had enough. And everywhere we go, and I travel across the country with the president, everyone is giving him tons of support and literally begging him to run to save this country. And what they've done now is mobilize not only just the silent majority, but people who were on the fence or weren't sure if they wanted to support Trump in 2024. Now they're saying, let me tell you something, I'm supporting him. This isn't the country that we want to wake up to, where they do this kind of thing under cover of night. What authority did they have to even do this? What were they looking for? This is a political witch hunt and a persecution, and it is unacceptable and un-American.
Unbelievable.
Kimberly Guilfoyle, I appreciate your insight tonight. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. And thanks everybody out there for all their thoughts and prayers for the family. But we're a tough bunch.
J.P. Morgan's CEO is warning that an economic hurricane is coming. Are you preparing? If you don't do anything, your 401k could be a 201k, and that is not good. So call our trusted friends at Lear Capital. For 25 years, Lear has helped investors own gold to protect against market chaos. It's a good thing. They can help you too. Get your information and up to $15,000 in bonus IRA gold. Just call this number, 800-880-4300. That's 800-880-4300.